Hi, as per traditional IT security strategies, IT assets need protection only from the entities which are operating outside of an organization. Now, due to the introduction of cloud computing and bring your own devices or BYODs, this approach is no more valid. Therefore, this zero trust architecture addresses this fundamental flaw in traditional IT security strategies. In this video, I will discuss the features of zero trust architecture and its various components and how do they operate. So let's start. Now, this is a subject who wants to access this enterprise resource. So this enterprise resource can be a server or it can be an application or a service. So as per the zero trust architecture, this subject and this enterprise resource are not trusted inherently. So these both entities have to earn their trust from zero trust architecture in order to operate in the IT infrastructure of an organization. And even after earning this trust, these both entities will be continuously monitored for any kind of violation to organization policies. So, as per the zero trust architecture, there is no implicit trust to assets or to users based upon their physical or network location and based upon their ownership. Moreover, the old static network defense is no more valid, and the IT security strategies has shifted the defense towards assets and users. An enterprise lane is no more trusted inherently. Moreover, the authentication and then subsequently authorization are two discrete functions, and each and every action of subject and the enterprise resource will be closely monitored for any kind of violation. Moreover, this zero trust architecture has also implemented security for off-site enterprise resources or the resources which are not owned by the organization. The client remote lane is considered hostile, and the security is implemented consistently for all subjects and objects irrespective of their location and their ownership. Moreover, the zero trust architecture also implements security for bring your own devices and cloud assets. So now I will discuss certain components of this zero trust architecture. So this is the control plane, and then below is the data plane. So this control plane and the data plane forms the core of this zero trust architecture, and the control plane makes the policy decisions and the data plane implements the policy decisions of control plane. So on the left side, these all components provide input to control plane for making the policy decisions uh, in a dynamic environment, and also the components on the right side uh, do the same. So this policy engine is part of policy decision points. So in the control plane, this policy decision point has two components. First is the policy engine, and then is the policy administrator. So this policy engine makes the access decisions statically and also dynamically based upon the information from external resources. For example, the CDM, that stands for continuous diagnostic and mitigation system, and external threat intelligence sources. Moreover, it also takes its input from the organization policies. So all the policy rules are made by these policy engines, and then it works with policy administrator to execute these policy decisions. So this policy administrator execute the policy decisions of policy engine using the policy enforcement point. So this policy administrator handles the sessions via policy enforcement point, and this policy administrator also generates session token. So this policy enforcement points works in data plane, and it is actually the operational executor uh, based upon the decision passed in from policy administrator. So this policy enforcement point enables monitor and terminate the sessions on behalf of policy administrator. So it requests the accesses, uh, it forward the access request to policy administrator, and it should receive the policy updates from policy administrator, which is working in control plane. So this policy enforcement point actually does the job, and it can be installed as a agent on the client machine, for example laptop, or it can be installed or work as a network gateway for enterprise server or application server. Now this CDM, or continuous diagnostic and mitigation system, uh, monitor the current state, security state, and then it updates the configuration as per the security posture. So this continuous diagnostic and mitigation system provide input to policy engine with regards to the operating system patches of clients and of servers, and their integrity level, and either these assets are authorized, or either there is any vulnerability on these assets. So it also handles the policy with regards to the non-enterprise devices, for example BYODs and cloud assets. Now this industry compliance handles the policy rules in compliance with the industry regulation or government regulation. For example, in USA there is Federal Information Security and Management Act. Now the third component is the threat intelligence. So it provides the threat intelligence from internal or external uh, intelligence sources to policy engine with regards to new vulnerabilities, malwares, or compromised clients, so that the policy engine makes the rule uh, in order to revoke the access from compromised clients. Now this activity log provide the real-time security posture by monitoring the real-time events, logs, and accesses, and also the network flows. Now once we come towards the right side, the data access policy has the access attributes, rules, and policies, and these are set statically and dynamically by a policy engine. So this data access policy provides the basic access for the subjects or objects, and it is based upon the least privilege or need to know or role of the subject. Now this PKI provide digital certificate to subject resources, services or application, so that these all assets are trusted by the entities in this entire IT infrastructure. So this PKI can be integrated with the global or federal PKI, or it is possible that this PKI is not based on X.509 digital certificates. Now this identity management is actually can be your Active Directory. So it contains the identity records of users accounts, which carries their credentials and other informations with regards to their digital certificates or attributes or their roles and rights. So it uses the LDAP, and it also uses the PKI to authenticate the digital certificates issued to various application subjects, objects, or resources. So this can also be integrated with federated identity management systems. That is the identity records of other enterprises. So then is the security information and event management system. So this its function is to warn the policy engine with regards to certain attacks. So it basically collects the security informations from system logs of different devices, and then it analyzes these informations to warn the zero trust architecture with regards to different uh, attacks, and then it also helps to refine the policies which are made by policy engine. So this was all from my side. Please stay connected to my channel for similar videos. Thank you.